What's up YouTube, this is Swifty2606 and today I wanted to talk about the second DLC for Battlefield Hardline named Robbery. Now what I wanted to do is just give you some thoughts and ideas about what this DLC could involve and what perhaps I would like to see in it. Now I really would like to see in the comment section down below some feedback on what you think this DLC could possibly involve and what you'd actually like to see in this DLC. Now I thought for a long time about where this map could be based, thinking about the whole name of the DLC, Robbery, and what that kind of means to me. Now when I think robbery, I think like breaking into banks. Well, that's already been done. I then thought about maybe heists, like stealing jewels and things like that. And let's face it, the diamond capital of the world is Antwerp. And that's where I ended up. And like I said, Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. So I thought heists in diamond shops would be absolutely perfect for this DLC. Bearing in mind things like the little independent shops where the diamonds etc are being traded and sold and bought and shined up. And then you go on to the bigger scale where there's great big vaults where expensive diamonds are kept. I thought that would be a brilliant scene for a map. Kind of like a downtown kind of area where the streets are really narrow, but there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on there. And like I say, a lot of little shops surrounded by some bigger shops that, like I say, have got big bank vaults. I thought that would be a great idea for map number 1. The second thing to bear in mind is that Antwerp is actually located on quite a big river. So again, I thought this could possibly make quite a good map. If you think about it, a massive, great big, wide, fast running river running straight through the middle of the map. There could be various bridges over the river at certain points in the map. On one side of the river, you could have like a really thick, dense woodland where it could be quite hilly, so it makes good vantage point for snipers to get up on the hills and they've got the cover of the trees. And on the other side of the river, you could have like a residential area where there's loads of houses and maybe some small shacks and things like that, which again could make for some good close quarters battle, but because of the size of the map, you've got the snipers providing cover on the hills, and maybe some big open roads running along the river as well, and like I say with the bridges. That's kind of where I was going with that one. And then thirdly, bearing in mind the location of Antwerp, I thought something like the big port that they have in Antwerp would make a brilliant map as well. Now I know a lot of people might be thinking, well, you know, Battlefield 3 have already been there and done that with a kind of port, but I personally wouldn't mind seeing something like that being put back into the Battlefield series and seeing it in Battlefield Hardline. I really love the fast-paced close quarters action when you're in between them shipping containers. It's just absolutely mental and a great big bloodbath. But then if you look at the bigger picture, you could have again like a railway line running through there with some train tracks etc. Some really good potential for some great evolution on all those ideas. But like I said in the beginning of the video, I would like to see your thoughts on this and leave a comment in the section down below. Let me know what kind of maps you might think would work with that idea. So moving on, some more ideas about what this DLC could include, and I thought about a new game mode being added in. Now something that I would really like to see in the Battlefield series, and hey, let's hope for it to be in Battlefield Hardline, would be some kind of gun game. Now I know it's kind of been done before a little bit, but not quite in the way that, let's say, Call of Duty have done it. So you could do something like a gun game where for each kill that you get for that weapon, you progress onto the next weapon, and the first person to get a kill with all of those weapons is the winner. Or we could see something like One in the Chamber again, where you are just loaded with the one bullet in your gun, and you all run around in a free-for-all and try and kill each other with just that one bullet. But of course, every time you get a kill, you are rewarded with another bullet, so you end up then with 2. If you get 3 kills, you end up with 3. That's kind of something I really would love to see in Battlefield Hardline, but again, please do let me know in the comments down below what you think, and what ideas you've got of a new game mode that could be added into this DLC. And finally, it brings me on to a weapon that we could possibly see. Now, thinking about Antwerp and the whole location of it, it was kind of hard to think of a weapon that come from that kind of area. And the only thing I really found by sort of searching online on what sort of weapons were produced in Belgium, I only come up with something like the FN-FAL. Now I'm not saying that that's the weapon that's got to be added, because obviously that's not been manufactured for quite some time now, so it would probably be a little bit ridiculous to see that exact weapon put in. But I'm thinking something kind of single shot fire rate, where it does quite high damage, maybe some kind of bolt action rifle. Not a sniper rifle though, because I'm not a sniper and I don't like sniping, so I would like to see something like that, something like the FN-FAL. A single rate fire where you can just spam the trigger, but it does quite high damage because you haven't got that real high fire rate. Again, I'm not too sure, so I really would like to see what you think about this. Like I say, I did think long and hard for a weapon, but couldn't really find much that fits in with the whole Antwerp and Belgium kind of feel of it. So please do let me know in the comments down below what you think weapon-wise could go in. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy this video, do leave it a cheeky little thumbs up. And until next time, goodbye.